Hey again, everyone. It's Brendan Payne with Century 21, and had a great topic today that came up from somebody who sent me a quick email and was wondering. They had been on the market in the past. They've already sold in a different market. Now they live here, and they were asking the question just out of curiosity after seeing some of the other videos I've done. They said, "Why did I never get any showing feedback when I was on the market?" And that is a common question, and one that I hope I'll be able to shed some light on if you're on the market and wondering why you're not getting feedback, or at some point in the future you decide to get on the market so you've got an idea of kind of what you can expect. There's a few reasons for it. First off is every seller, of course, wants feedback, and if, we as agents, we want to get some feedback too. The type of feedback, though, is probably a little bit different. So sellers want to get feedback and know, is there something that I can do that would have caused you to go ahead and put an offer in on the home? Is there something that you saw somewhere else that you liked better and that's why you chose mine? That's essentially what the seller wants to know. Is there anything I can do to change your mind, or the next people that come in, what do I need to do to fix that? Because every seller wants to know that, then most agents that have the home listed are going to request feedback from that buyer's agent. Now, there's a couple challenges with that. One is a lot of times the buyer's agents may not ask their buyer specifically, what kept you from going ahead and making an offer on this home? Because a skilled agent, an experienced agent is going to ask that question because they want to make sure that they're getting the right type of property in front of that buyer. And if they just kind of walked in, walked out, and it was like no response, I need to know why, so that maybe I need to change the parameters. Maybe we're way off base and what they thought they wanted isn't really what they wanted when they got here. But most agents aren't going to ask that, so how are they going to give feedback? That's one. Another reason is because a lot of times the buyer's agents may be showing 10, 12, 15 properties, way too many if they didn't ask enough questions to narrow it down to really what fit the mold that the buyer's looking for. If they showed them 12, 15 properties, they finish up for the day, they have 12 to 15 showing requests, one of two things will happen. Either they will delete them, or they're going to put something very vanilla and generic in, like, oh, we liked it, thought it was priced okay, and that's it. Well, that's not feedback. That's not what a seller wants. That's not going to tell them anything. So those two reasons are probably the most common reasons why somebody's not going to get feedback, either because the buyer really didn't engage with the buyer's agent, the agent didn't ask them questions to get real feedback, or they just had so many they just couldn't get through them all, or they sent feedback on the wrong property. And then the third one is, this is really where it's kind of important. Imagine a buyer's agent that shows the property, and I've got your home listed. The buyer agent shows the property, and I send a request for feedback, and they fill it out, and they fill it out honestly. They say, this is kind of the information that the buyer told me. They thought I needed new carpet. They thought it was really nice. They thought it was priced okay. They really wanted a swing set in the backyard removed, and a couple other things like that. And some time goes by, 4 or 5 days, I follow up with them, and they say, yeah, actually, you know what, we're thinking about writing an offer. They've seen some other homes, but they're going to think about writing an offer, and tomorrow, then I get the offer. First thing I do as a listing agent when I have a property listed is I go and I take a look and see who brought the offer. Then I go back to my showings and I find out who, if that agent that brought the offer most likely had shown it before, it wasn't sight unseen, then I want to see what they put in there for feedback. Because at that point, if there's only 4 or 5 things that are easy fixes and they came in $20,000 below the asking price, then I've got some leverage to go back to them and say, listen, you guys filled out the showing report. What's happened? I mean, we can get this removed, that done. It's like probably $900. You guys are starting $20,000 below the asking price. Can I ask why? So from a fiduciary duty for that buyer's agent, giving that feedback to a listing agent that's experienced is going to probably come back at some point and not do very well for their buyer in the negotiation. Now, that doesn't happen, I don't think, as much as the other two, but it is something that it's a reality. The feedback that you should get should be from the agent that is working on the property for you. And it's less about what did that individual buyer think. It's more about, are we getting the activity online that we should expect? Are we getting the showings that we should expect? Where are we in terms of the best values in the neighborhood? Not necessarily the best price, the best value. the price and what they're getting for it, where do we stack up? And also, what's new? What's new information? What are new listings? What are new properties that have sold and new ones that have gone under contract since we did? Because it's a snapshot. Things can change in a neighborhood literally in the course of 24 hours. You can have new competition that poaches a couple of buyers from you. So the real feedback is the responsibility of the agent to be providing that listing. I hope this helps you understand. I know it doesn't stop the frustration of wanting to know and get some insight, but a lot of times that insight from the buyer's agent or the buyer is not as valuable as it is from the person that you hired to sell the home. Talk to you soon. Thanks.